Yo, nephew, hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. Fresh and clean.
Welcome to the 21st in Prime, powered by Heineken 00. Let's take care of the business first.
The business is that Heineken 00, zero alcohol, and 69 calories. So when you think about that New Year's solution, as you like to say, you know, and everybody's got this whole thing, I'm trying to get this thing right, I'm going to try to figure it all out, kind of move. Heineken 00 is a way, still same great taste, but it's not going to leave as much on the siding as it once used to. Coach, Super Bowl.
Bucks Chiefs. Bucks Chiefs. Get to it. Let's cut through the chase. Let's get to it. First of all, I don't know how the Bucks got here.
What do you
really
mean?
Don't.
I told you how they
No, I love me some Tom Brady. Everybody knows me, know that. Love me some AB. Love me some Mike Evans, Gronk. I could keep going.
Then that's why they're
I'm
there.
happy for
that's
Leonard
why they're there.
Fournette. No, that's not why they're there.
Why not? Why?
I'm happy for Leonard Fournette. Defensively, I think they're suspect. But it's no way I would have fathomed the Bucks doing what they did.
Why do you say that? I don't understand. I'm
because
confused.
When the Bucks acquired Brady,
Right.
they wanted the possibility of being a Super Bowl contender.
Right.
I don't feel they thought in year one we're going to be in the Super Bowl. We're probably going to have to add a couple more pieces. Coming off, how you going to shake your head at 8-8? They came off of 8-8. They came off of 8-8.
They came off, hang on. They came off of 8-8 with a quarterback who threw 30 interceptions.
He threw 30 touchdowns and 5,000 yards.
You are a defensive player.
He threw
30 interceptions is everything.
And 30 touchdowns and 5,000 yards.
Right.
But I mean, that's
the
not.
turnover. Tom.
I understand.
Okay, so let's stop.
The
right
turnovers. Forget the turnovers.
That's everything.
They wouldn't have been no Super Bowl contender without the turnovers. This is a Super Bowl team right now. No one expected them in year one. Jamie, stop.
It's not about accepting.
Did you expect
slow down, bro. Slow down. No, it's not accept. No. Slow down a second. The team was built with the talent that they had, all the pieces. They knew the quarterback.
The team ain't have no talented pieces. They had a few guys that were pretty good. They didn't have no Super Bowl contending team. Okay,
they had JPP. The prime, what you look for generally is if you got some dudes that can get after the quarterback, which they had. They got a couple of them dudes. But they got enough. A lot of people don't have any. I get that.
A Super Bowl caliber team usually sends how many to a Pro Bowl or like all pros? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
When you look at the Chiefs, you say, I understand. I understand. You look at certain teams, you say, I understand. This team is nobody. Except Tom Brady, probably.
No, the coach did. I believe the coach
Bruce
did.
Arians ain't expect that. When Bruce Arians was talking about your quarterback.
Slow down. It's the playoff.
You
expect you get to the tournament. They expected to get to the tournament off of the 8-8. Off of the 8-8, they expected to get to playoffs, and then they take their chance.
Were 8-8. Okay, yeah.
8-8.
Okay, I got you.
You see what I'm saying? And then take your chance with the guy who's been there before.
They won't get to the playoffs 8-8. They were not getting to.
But Jameis's those turnovers. I'm a closet Bucks fan. I grew up in Orlando. Okay, I watched the Bucks closely because of Jameis. What I'm saying is that Mike Evans at wide receiver. Okay. You bring in a Leonard Fournette. You draft the right tackle is one of the top young players that they like.
They did not expect to be in the Super Bowl.
Fine, I get that. That's
don't
one.
Try,
but
don't even try.
They expected to make the playoffs.
Okay, I give you that.
Right, and then what happened? But everything you know about
I will give you that.
But everything you know about making the playoffs is you got to have a chance.
I give you that. They did not expect to be in the Super Bowl, nor did any Buck fan expect them to either. Stop it.
No. All that season stuff don't matter. It's when you're playing in the season. I'm
talking about
they beat the brakes off the Green Bay Packers in the regular season. They beat the brakes off of them. They beat Aaron Rodgers into submission. Why would you not think if this is the matchup I got?
They don't think that's the matchup you're going to have.
But they got
beat down by the Saints.
Twice.
We talk about beating the brakes off. What about
twice?
That hurt.
That did.
Hold on.
Lord. Get that knee. You got to gouge yourself.
Okay, the Saints beat the brakes off of them twice.
Yeah. Right.
So we talking about
and that third time is the charm.
But you talking about when we talk about the NFC.
You use the word unexpected. Expectation. Nobody but them, but they
did. They didn't. They did not expect to be in the Super Bowl, dog.
Let me tell you what they expected. They expected we went 8-8 and our quarterback threw 30 picks. If we can cut the picks in half, turnovers is what wins football games. No matter what it says.
Everybody else said the same thing.
No, but that's why they made the move.
You don't think everybody said
the
same thing?
No, it don't matter what they said. They made the move and their philosophy proved to be right.
You don't think everybody said the same thing about their team?
Nobody
expect to be they expect to be 2 games better. Everybody expect to be 2 games better.
It's not about 2 games better. It's about not turning the ball over, Coach. You preach turnovers all the time. If we got half the turnovers,
forget turnovers.
That's everything.
Forget turnovers. I'm talking about being in the dance.
Yeah.
Nobody expected them to be in the dance.
Okay.
And you know that.
Fine. I'm
not
that. Just. But what
that's
I'm saying.
That's the argument.
But I think they expected it because of what they felt. They
did not expect to be in the dance.
They expected to have a chance because they liked all the pieces they have.
It's a difference of a chance and expectation. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the difference between a chance and an expectation.
Okay.
They expected to just have a chance. The Kansas City Chiefs expected to be in the dance.
Correct. That is correct. That is correct.
It ain't but 3 teams in the whole NFL that expect to be in the dance. New Orleans Saints. You don't think they didn't expect to be in the dance?
They expected that, but they knew they had to play.
Yeah, everybody got to play.
Everybody
got to play.
No, but there were teams. Let's go again. Look at the teams. What team did we say? There ain't no question these guys are going to do this. Green Bay, we thought they'd be in it. Fine. We thought Saints would be in it. Fine. We thought,
Okay, that's NFC. That's it. Ain't no more.
Pretty much. There's somebody else in there. We're missing somebody. We got to be missing somebody. We got to be missing somebody.
The Rams.
We expected the Rams to be in
it. Seattle
to be kind of in it. That's it.
That's
have a chance.
That's it.
But not one of those teams. Hang on.
You expect them to be there.
No. But not one of those teams. You said you looked at their team and went, oh man. There was never a team.
It definitely won Tampa.
And but Tampa is just one of those that we thought that with Tom Brady coming in, we thought they'd get to the playoffs because they won 8 games.
I agree with you that. But
stop
not
right there.
Expect to be in the dance.
Fine.
They've overachieved. I like it. I really like it.
Kansas
City has not overachieved.
Just like you do. Don't sound like it.
Kansas City did not overachieve.
No, Kansas City didn't expect them to be. Or Buffalo could have been there.
No, I didn't expect Buffalo.
No, I didn't expect. No, I mean, but they could have if they play. If Patty could have a 2-3 pick game, and Buffalo's good enough to have taken those picks because at the end of the game, turnovers has always been.
Before I would have picked Buffalo, I might have said Tennessee.
Yeah, I like it too. But to me,
I might have said Tennessee, but I definitely said Baltimore.
This is.
I knew it would come down to Baltimore, Tennessee, Buffalo.
Right.
To challenge in the AFC Championship.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Right. But you can't tell me you thought at the beginning of the year you knew for sure in the NFC. You didn't have any idea.
No, I thought it was going to be Green Bay. Green Bay was 13-3 a year ago, and they did it again.
But you saw them play.
Okay. No, I knew they would be in the championship.
You saw them get. You saw the holes.
I knew they would be in the championship. Right. I knew that.
Okay.
The other team that I thought I thought New Orleans was going to be
correct.
New Orleans. I know the Rams would fold at the end. Correct. I knew that. I knew Seattle would always. Russell always has a lot of gas, and they run out. Not Russell. They run out of gas in the end. I knew that.
Right.
It was nothing else.
Right.
It was nothing else.
No, but you can't tell me you didn't expect an 8-win team and Tom Brady to go to they wouldn't.
No, I didn't.
You didn't think they'd get the playoffs?
It's
an 8-win team. No, it's an 8-win team.
Yeah,
it's an 8-win team. Yeah. It's not a 6-win team.
Yeah, but it was many more 8-win. It was more 8-win.
Yeah, but again, going back to their roster.
Dog, stop! You can't.
What is wrong with their roster?
You acting like you just knew this.
No. I didn't just know this. I'm saying, well, if we go back to the tape says you asked me a question and I told you I thought Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers would win it. That's on tape.
Oh, when?
That's on tape.
Where?
On our show.
When?
We'll find it.
Where?
We'll play it.
When?
We'll play.
What week was that? I wasn't here.
Here it is right here.
I know we got Heineken on tape, but I don't drink like that. I drink 0-0.
Here it is right here. Remember this? NFL playoffs started, man. I tell you.
Who you like?
Well, first of all, let's go back to that. I want to.
First of all, who you like? Besides Kansas City, who else? Because you're thinking who's gonna play?
I like Tom Brady and
them.
I
don't remember that.
Yeah,
That
I
wasn't
said
me.
it
That wasn't
right
me.
here on the show.
I don't remember that
because Tom Brady. But
what week was that? We got to put the week on that too. Hey.
2 weeks ago.
Probably.
It was. Because that was.
You act like you was predicting it 2 weeks ago. Where you know prediction?
I'm going into the game, not the
I
season.
thought you
It's
act
not
like
the season.
you did that at the beginning of the season.
No. The season played itself out. We were talking about who wins.
That establishes my point.
Right. It wasn't about the season. It was about who wins. Looking at what Tampa was doing, AB had just started to emerge because of injury, this, that, and the other. And again, the one thing you talked about, the one thing that you talked about at the earlier in the year that was their biggest issue was the protection of Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. They worked that out. Working that out. It's better. Let me rephrase it. It's better. Give Tom the time. He gonna and he didn't even have his best day. He was tossed. And some things happened.
This never happens. Mm-hmm. I don't think in the history of the NFL they got to show me.
It's never happened
that somebody threw 3 picks and won a championship.
Oh, that.
I want to see that. It may have. I don't recall. Not in my thought process. Right. Not in my remembrance.
Right.
I don't remember.
But they handled it. But they had handled their business before the season, and I think that's kind of how.
Ain't nobody throw 3 picks and win the championship.
Coach,
Deshaun Watson.
Big thing going on there.
What?
Deshaun Watson. Basically, it said
I don't like it. I don't like it because I know Deshaun personally, and that we just had him on Versus with Mac Vick, which was phenomenal. If y'all need to see that, check that out. NFL Versus. The reason I don't like it because I think he sat back in the cut and saw how James Harden handled this thing.
Do you think it had to do with that?
Yes.
I have my theory. I'll let you do yours first.
And it worked for James Harden. But this ain't that. You can't come back to Houston after you say you want out. The fans fans don't have that.
That's on them then.
No, the fans don't have that. Ain't on them.
Well, it's now.
You can't come back. Once you say I want out,
that's
you
correct.
Can't come back.
That's on the team.
That's on you.
No, that's on the team.
No,
now.
That's on the kid.
No. Now, I'm saying today. Now it's on them. Now.
Well, what you mean?
Because he made the statement for what you're saying. In other words, you're right that he can't come. So now the team is going to have to deal with that too.
Say that. Just say
yeah.
I like men like to hear they right.
Yeah. Well, but there's a piece of what you're right about, and the piece I believe of what you're wrong about. Okay.
I'm not wrong on this. He sat and watched James Harden play this thing out. And this thing played out for James Harden, but this basketball is different. Football history. It's been basketball players that move on. And guess what? They ball. They get that right fit. They get the right nucleus. They ball. It hadn't been too many quarterbacks in the history of our game that has moved on kind of in their prime, and it all worked out.
He go to Miami, he'd be perfect. You go to Miami, he's gonna be in great shape. Because here's my piece of. All I'm
saying is history.
Okay, fine.
Has said
history's changed a lot.
And
history just broken. Tom Brady's the first quarterback to ever lead his team to a home play in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady is. No, I'm just saying just in general. Tom Brady. But history was made because the home team.
Tom Brady defies history.
Right.
He defies.
I didn't say he was going someplace to win. He's just going someplace else.
Yes,
he got to go someplace else.
Win. But do you understand the ramifications of going somewhere else and not winning?
Yeah, but that's not where he is right now. He is where he is right now, and to be honest with you,
because of what?
Because he's making the stand he feels he needs to make that's in his best interest. He let them make the decision to send DeAndre Hopkins out. Then on top of sending DeAndre Hopkins out, they send all the draft choices out. They sent all the draft choices.
You don't
out.
think they did?
I don't care what I'm saying about him.
Understanding that they were improving the team.
He is seeing clearly you don't know what you're doing, and everybody else is saying the exact same things. But the people in the building who are the billionaires you keep talking about that don't make them right.
What about the guys on the team? That's why I think you got to be careful when you take this pen and put C on your chest.
Hey, don't touch that. It's fine. But I'll let you get close to fine. Okay.
You put C on your chest and you're the captain, you're the leader. That's why I hate that word. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. When else do we have a captain? Unless we're on a ship. Unless we're in the military, right? Mm-hmm. And that's sacred. We can't be captains.
Stewards. How about that?
No, leaders.
Okay, leaders. You're the leader. You're the leader of the team.
True.
You get an L, so you put an L on there.
Yep.
But then that might be thinking.
No, I don't care what they think. I don't care what they think. It could mean a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But it's no way the captain of the team should ever abort the ship to me. That's just me. That's just how I was raised. That's how I get down. I ain't never been no captain. I've been a leader. I never aborted the ship. The ship aborted me.
I was in Atlanta, dog.
Y'all aborted me.
No, bro.
Y'all aborted me.
Bro.
I was a free agent.
Bro.
I was a
you
free.
left. See,
I was
you
a
left
free.
me. Don't you get me? You left me. You
free
left me in Atlanta.
Agent.
You could have bought me to San Francisco as a trainer. You could have bought me, but no, you left for yourself. Don't tell me.
I was a free agent. You think I wanted to go? You think I really wanted to go and get hit by them taxes in California? Are you crazy? Them taxes was coming in like a fastball. Ain't no way in the world. I wanted to leave Atlanta to ATL to go to California. Have you lost your mind? But God knew what I needed.
I was wondering you get through with all that foolishness.
But God.
All that foolishness you're talking about.
God knew what I needed.
Because if you didn't go to San Francisco, I don't know if we have this show right now. But here's my no. So let's talk about. Here's what I applaud Deshaun. I don't know where it's going to go, and I don't care. I don't. I don't know. No, I hope. I appreciate, because what 2021 is telling us now is 2020 and 2021 is about I've had enough. I've had enough.
I like that.
He has had enough, because remember, and think about what you said about that individual circumstance. You said, I could pull that up. I wish you had said something when DeAndre was there and stepped in. Right.
Yes.
He had enough.
Okay.
He had enough.
I'm riding with that.
And so for me, I don't care what happens. And I think I heard Randy Moss say it. I'm sorry. The time for just shut up and do your job is over.
True.
The time for just shut up and you take what I want is over. And so I don't care what happens to Deshaun. I mean, I don't know. Let me rephrase that.
It's over
I'm
to
wishing.
A certain extent.
It's
over when you got a whole deck full of cards in your hand and you got aces. You can't do that.
Deshaun got aces.
Yes.
Yeah, he got all the aces.
Quarterback, you just got
and he got a contract too. And he got a contract.
Okay, everybody else can do that.
Correct.
But let's get this straight.
But at least
we can sit up here and say it's the time to do this, it's the time to do that. Don't do this mess on your regular job and go there and listen to Jamie and you mess around, be fired by lunch.
Oh,
don't do that.
Wait.
You got to preface
So
that.
let's be careful.
You better preface
Let me
that.
preface this. Let's be clear.
On your job you want to.
This is the same thing I said with Colin Kaepernick and what he did. Okay. When you make this kind of move, you need to understand for sure there are always going to be consequences. Ramifications is a better word.
Yes.
Ramifications is a better word. And that's the one piece that bothers me about the Kaepernick, that situation, Eric Reed and all them. You couldn't have made that move and not known something was going to happen. Whatever it was, we didn't know where it was going to go, but you can't make a paradigm move like that and not understand something. Whatever it is,
life has
consequences.
Don't sit up and don't do. You can't do it and not understand. It's going to be consequences.
Yeah, but
I like the young fella. I love the young fella. I'm praying that wherever he lands, because he's going to land somewhere. Now, I would have desired, if it was me and my team, I would have told him, let's start off with the Rams. Okay, now that's out of the question. The reason I want to start off with the Rams,
because they had 2 first-round choices, they're going to give them.
No, is because of the Rams are a playoff contender consistently, and they got a defense. They're going to give you an opportunity to win.
Of course.
I like that. I like the Texans in California. Would never do it.
But that's why Florida's the best spot, because the Dolphins and the state taxes.
The Dolphins defense is like that.
Growing.
So do you just abandon Tua and say, I'm done with that?
No, that's the perfect deal. You trade Tua.
You think Houston want Tua?
Yeah, I think they would take. They don't have a choice now.
So why?
The rich kids don't have a choice now. This is what this is. It's the rich kids making a decision or letting somebody, And I'm not saying the choices that they made.
The Tua go with Fitzpatrick?
No, Fitzpatrick stays.
Ain't nowhere in the world.
Why?
Tua got to go with Fitzpatrick.
Why?
Because Deshaun Watson don't need a Fitzpatrick.
Why?
He don't need that. And let's think.
Why? Because what if Deshaun gets hurt?
What if anybody get hurt?
But okay. If Fitzy got hurt, hang on, slow down.
So
Stay right.
Fitzy what he's worth and have Deshaun Watson there. Forget it.
What do you mean?
Fitzy ain't making peanuts.
So what? He's making $7-8 million, which they're paying backups now.
Not when you got a $30 million backup.
You figured that all out.
No.
You signed Fitzy to redo his deal for 7 years.
No. He's not. They're not doing it. Only way a guy makes that kind of money as a backup is they're not all in with the starter. Okay, that's the only way Fitzy exists. You don't have an all-in starter with Fitzy in the back.
$7 million is nothing these days.
Yes, a lot.
It's pennies.
That's
Today's economy with the budget.
Players. That's 3 really good players.
Not anymore.
Yes, it is.
It's because
really
here you have. Think about it. You're the Dolphins.
To me, it's 3 really good players.
They have another year of seasoning. Their playoff caliber team to me. Another year of seasoning because they were right there.
What other team? Okay, we exhausted the Dolphins.
Okay.
What other team?
Well, I want to get to.
What other team that he could possibly go to?
Oh, okay. Atlanta. Okay, and again, it's not likely because who they got in. I'm sure there was a deal made.
So
keep him.
Matt Ryan?
No, I'm saying no. But I'm saying is what is clear to me is because the coach they brought in, just like with Philly, you're going to keep this quarterback. So there's a difference between being a good destination for him and the reality of them getting there. Miami is a real reality.
If they keep Matt Ryan, do you still draft one of these 100 quarterbacks that's in the draft this year?
Yeah, somewhere.
Because that thing is over in a year or so, right?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's the owner, man. The owner
that
earns
okay.
that relation.
I'm
That's
not
the
gonna
form.
put this on
That's
Matt
the
Ryan
no.
because
It's the
Matt
form.
Ryan can still play.
That's the
I think he
formula.
can play at
There's
a
a
level.
formula in house
But
that's
do you
mitigating.
still keep Matt Ryan after all these losing and losing and losing and
Yes,
losing?
because it's clear they're blaming somebody else.
It's not. I don't think it's his
Philly,
fault.
exactly. It's
But
the same
sooner or later
thing.
you got to turn the page.
And but it's not time if that's the case to turn the page.
Where else could Deshaun go? We got to find Deshaun a home.
Finding Deshaun.
Only other place left is one of the New York teams. I am not going there. If I'm Deshaun, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not doing it. Okay. Now, next place is New England.
I was just going to say that would be. I would take New England up the list of places potentially for him, but the Patriots don't make those kind of deals. What if Matt Stafford? I'm still cringing on this. 2 first-round draft
Let me tell you
choices.
something. This is what I see. 3-way. Let's send our guy, Deshaun, to San Francisco. Okay?
That's a
We're
destination.
not going to send Garoppolo to Houston.
Send him to New England.
Hey, you right there with me. That's why I love you.
Yeah.
We're going to send him to New England. Mm-hmm. But what are we going to get you for Houston? We're going to have to get you a knockoff Deshaun Watson. And who is that?
I was going to say.
A draft choice.
I was going to say Haskins. It was a joke. Just kidding.
Hell is real.
Okay, since you're doing this, well,
no,
let me ask you this. So maybe we
got a kid from Ohio State that's pretty darn good.
Well, but sure, you're gonna have to do draft and veteran at this point. You got. Hang on. There's healing that has to happen in that locker room. We may have
healing from who?
Deshaun leaving, your dog leaving. We had to have healing when 21 left the building. Healing have to. I mean, real healing.
I heal.
No. You heal fine. I know how you heal. No, you heal really. But see, it's not all about you. Sometimes it's all about the people left behind. The people you could have took me there. I'm not going to talk about. There is an eye in win.
There's an eye in the middle.
But we may have found.
There's an eye in the middle. Prime.
We might have found a place for Cam Newton.
I'm looking at win up there. Where?
Houston. Short term with the draft choice. You might have found a spot where Cam could actually play while they drafted a young guy. Huh?
Cam don't play anyway.
He was playing. Stop, man. Stop.
So you got to stop.
You got to stop.
You got to stop.
There are not destinations for Cam. It ain't about Cam. It's the legend of Cam that makes it harder to bring a Cam into your building. Cam is not Carson Wentz.
Where's Carson Wentz gonna play?
In Philly.
No. So
they're not getting rid of him.
So
that's why they got. That's why they didn't sign whoever they signed. They found somebody who was going to keep him.
That's probably why the coach is gone.
Correct. That's exactly why the coach.
I can't do that.
But
now with both
because you can see
you didn't get him out of here.
Yeah.
That's probably what
but it wasn't both of them. It was that guy. It's the same decision that Sean McVay made with their quarterback situation. Same decision. This ain't working.
Didn't they go in the draft together?
They were
Didn't
together.
They
were
tied.
tied there together. Yes, 1 and 2.
Isn't that odd?
It is really. It really. And what's weird is they both had a measure of success.
Are they going to get Wentz out of there?
No, Wentz is locked in. That's why the coach is gone. Because they got $40-some-odd million of guaranteed money that, or whatever it is that they had to do. That's why he's still there. Let's get, before we go to a break. And Herm Edwards, by the way, coach, he's going to join us here momentarily.
I promise you that.
Well, he's coach now like you are, so.
No, you can tell the truth.
No, y'all don't tell the truth.
Yes,
anymore.
we do.
You don't, man.
We may
you
put it in a
truth
better package.
You put in truth-ish.
No, we put it in a better
you're
package.
Truth-ish now.
But we tell
That's
the
the new logo. And truth. I want you to start
We
signing
tell
that
the
truth-ish.
We tell the truth.
Like blackish, truthish.
But that's what you want me to be. That's what you want
I
me
need you to be coach first. You coach. I'm right there with you, coach. All the coaching spots are gone. All the coaching spots are full. And all of the coaching spots, if memory serves me correct, are all full. Atlanta's full. Philly's full. Detroit is full with the cheerleader. We're going to do that, Dion. We're going to fight them. We're going to hit them in the mouth.
That's who he is.
Great.
That's who
He was been that before, and it didn't work either then, but he got another crack at it some kind of way. Other teams that had job openings that are filled, all the jobs are filled, and yet Eric Bieniemy doesn't have a job.
Can we get to the bottom of it?
Tell me what the bottom. What is the bottom? I'm asking you. No,
what are you hearing?
Everybody's saying he doesn't interview well. Apparently, I don't know that to be fact. That's the rumor.
Well, we wasn't there.
Yeah, right. So, but no, the issue is apparently the interview.
I hate to regurgitate that because that rumor said by us could be like problematic. Let's go. No.
There ain't no further to go. Why does he not have a job? Why do you think, Coach, he doesn't have a job? Truth-ish, at least. I'll wait.
My gut feeling?
Yeah, what does your gut tell you? You got abs still, but go ahead.
They have to feel as though he's not the guy. And if they feel like that, that's based on what you see, hear, and feel. So obviously, if that's the case, something's going on in that process, in that whole.
What do you mean he's not the guy? He's not the cheerleader. No, I'm just saying whatever that is, because the criteria should be: can you coach football? Can you rally men? Can you lead men? And he's got the biggest cheerleader, literally, probably.
It's not only that.
Well, obviously
it's not only
what
that.
else is it? He's not a college coach.
I entrust my organization to you. I feel like you can't. I like Eric Bieniemy. I know Eric Bieniemy.
Say that again. You just said something.
You
feel they can't trust Eric Bieniemy? You said? That's what you just said. So make sure I want you to clear.
They can trust.
They can. You said can't. That's what makes you want to clear it.
Yes, they can.
They can. C-A-N.
As though they can.
Can. Okay.
Trust.
It came out can't. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying they feel like they can't.
Right.
I feel like they
can. And everybody else in football.
I don't know who.
Maybe that's.
Hey, babe, I'm filming the show right now. I'll call you back.
Hey, how you doing, babe?
Hey, JD.
How you doing? You're on the show live right now, so watch yourself. Make sure your hair is right.
Okay, babe, I got to go and make some money so you can fill up the house and you can spend all that money you've been spending. All right, bye, baby. Okay.
Love you. I was going to call you later.
Go make that money.
Yep.
Let's go make it. I feel like you can trust him. Obviously, if he's not receiving a job, they must feel like they can't trust him with the whole organization. I don't agree with that.
It's horrible.
But I don't know because I'm not there.
Right.
My viewpoint, and from what I'm hearing from the team in Kansas City, is that he is the guy.
Here's what we're gonna do. We got to go to break because Herm's coming up here in a minute. Here's what I want you to do, Coach. On the next episode, I want you to talk to us about the system, if you would. Tell us how does it all work with it's a racket, what it is, and the racket is broken.
A whole lot of rackets going on.
Coach, the racket is broken.
True.
Swipe up at 21st and Prime. Also, the merch. This isn't the FTD man. I know I'm spreading him out like he's the FTD man. This is Prime. It's just it's a bigger prime because I'm spreading them out a little bit. Catch the merch. Also, on our YouTube channel, check out the download. The video is everything.
Yep.
It's everything. You'll see why Coach walked out last week. I don't know why he left me last week and walked out on me, just like he did when I was in Atlanta and left me there with the losers.
I ain't leave you there. I wanted to stay, but God.
Truthish.
That screen time was down 13%. That mean I got
That's
a
what
job.
mine came up to.
That mean I got a job.
You listen to 21st and Pride.
Always in the game, never ever on the sideline.
Coach Herm Edwards is our guy. I love this man to life. This is Uncle Herm. This is big brother. This is Uncle Corner's Corner, DB's DB.
He's a sage.
Man's man.
He's a sage.
I don't know what that means, but I know he's my
He
dude.
knows what it means.
I don't know what
That means I'm old. Prime, that means I'm old. They call you sage. It's okay.
Jamie, one of the most powerful speeches, I think I've told him this once. He came into CBS when I was employed at CBS and came in and rocked us. And he walked out, he was coaching with the Jets then, and he walked out and I said, wow, that's a man.
That's a man.
That's a man. I never forgot that, Herm. Never forgot that, man. You never know who's in the room. And I'm sitting back there like, man, touch me, man.
Well, you know, and we've been blessed. We all have when you can do something as a child and you have this God-given talent and it becomes your life's work. And for you, I'm really excited in the fact that now you get to give back in a way where your feet are on the grass, you have young people in your presence, and you can mold them. You know, I've always said this, you know, when they leave your program as well as when they leave my program, if they're not better men, then we failed.
Coach,
all the rest of it takes care of itself.
That's right.
It really does. Just make them better men, and then you're going to get a good football player.
Coach, I want to pull you into a conversation that Deanna and I have been having. I think America's kind of having a conversation. A lot of people having a conversation. I'm troubled by what I'm seeing with Eric Bieniemy. And you've gone, I believe you were probably the innovator, one of the first coaches that have kind of gone through this. They just keep looking by you. It disturbs me. What are your thoughts?
Well, the thought of this is that when you go look at the history of this, of the National Football League, it's the 100th year. There have been 29 men of color that have been head coaches. 100 years.
Wow.
Y'all didn't know that, did you?
No,
no, I didn't.
Probably 500 coaches.
Yeah.
I want to look at how many coaches they've had total. Yeah, wow.
100 years.
Wow.
That have been in the position of being the head coach. To say that we have are making strides, it goes in spurts. It really goes in spurts. And I can look at when Tony Dungy and myself came in the league in 1977, there were only 8 men that were coaches of color in the league in 1977, not 1957, 1977. So when you look at it and you ask yourself this question, when they go about hiring people, who is in their social circle of influence? What does that circle look like, right? Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't look like or have people like ourselves that are in that decision-making process, then you kind of rely on people that know the same people, right?
That's right.
Because they don't get outside of that circle.
Right.
The GM situations, 4 GMs that are men of color. There's no owners that are men of color. Not saying you have to be a person of color, but I'm just saying this. If they're not in your circle, then how do you grow? How do you look at it? Eric Bieniemy is a prime example of Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy went through 3 or 4 years of interviews. His were even worse than this. They would call him on the phone and say they're going to interview him, and then they would tell the media, and the media act like they'd interview him. There wasn't no interview. It was like a 5-minute phone call. You know, they're like, come on, what are you doing here? But see, here's the problem. When you continue to get interviewed, you talk about the Rooney Rule. When it first came out, I said, okay, but here's the problem. If you go through 12 interviews in 3 years and no one hires you, guess what the owner is saying? You got 12 interviews. Why nobody hire him?
That's right.
It could be detrimental, right?
That's right.
Here's the problem, and this is what I see. This year, they hired 7 coaches, 5 of them offensive guys. Okay, whatever. And they hired 2 defensive guys. I've always told them this. I said, we're missing the boat here. The head coach is the leader. You got to have a head coach with a vision that wants to lead the team. He coaches offense, defense, special teams, and the best thing he coaches is his coaches.
That's right.
You want a leader of men. It doesn't matter what side of the ball he coaches.
Preach,
That's the problem. They say, well, I want this guy. Here's the problem when you hire. You can hire coordinators. I always tell people this. I say, they're hiring this coordinator, that coordinator with that office. He don't bring them players. he got it on paper, but he don't bring the players with him. Who is the leader? What is the face of your franchise going to look like? Who is going to lead you? That's what you hire. You're hiring a leader.
That's right.
Not an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator. You're hiring a leader. We lose sight of that.
And I was telling Jamie about these search agencies. I said, Jamie, a lot of people, especially minority, don't even know about these search agencies. And if you're not on the inside in one of their guys,
in their circle,
you're not getting the job because you're not even going to get to the table to get the job. But a lot of people don't know. Herm, I didn't know until last year. You got to be
amazing, isn't it?
What? Why? You're not going to be in the hat unless you meet with them, and they got to prove you. Matter of fact, they got to get you ready for the interview.
Yeah, it just and I don't want to be the downer, but I just think that we're in a position. We've done this. We have leveled the playing field as far as competition.
Mm-hmm.
The playing field is 70% us. In this position, we actually get to play that position now, the quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's changed. That's evolved. And you would hope this thing would keep evolving. And I think the way you do it is this way. There are quality control positions on every team, whether you have 2 or 4. Those need to be looked at with men of color where you can bring them up through the pipeline. See, there's 96 positions of leadership on a pro football team. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, or quarterback coach. That's 96 jobs where you have the ability to come through the pipeline of coaching a group of your group, right? Well, if you bring guys in as quality control guys, either on the offensive side or the defensive side, and you say, we're going to bring them up and show them and teach them how to become coaches, then you start a pipeline that they can reach that 96 number, either on an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, or a quarterback coach. Then they're in the pipeline to get interviewed. That's what has to happen.
Not to belabor this point, I do ask one last question, then we can move on. What do you think is missing? Because, as I said, the 2 offensive coordinators in the Super Bowl this year are men of color. One of them, egregiously overlooked. What is missing, in your opinion, if you would, of what Eric is missing for him? And is it more time? I mean, whatever your thoughts.
I think they're making a lot of the interview. That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I heard.
Here's the interview. When he stands before with the players, does he have their attention? That's the interview. Can he speak to the players? He has, obviously. Don't lose sight of that. He ain't coaching the GM. He's not coaching the owner. He's coaching the player. When he walks in the room, does he have credibility? Do the players think this guy can help us win? Look, NFL player want to know 2 things. Can the head coach help me win? And can he prolong my career? That's what he want to know. Because you ain't giving no player no talent.
Right.
Deion Sanders had talent. God gave him his talent. Ain't no coach gave no Deion Sanders no talent. You even kidding me? That's a gift. Can you help him? Can you help him? This is what coaches do. They give people knowledge. You are a knowledge provider. That's what you do. You give them knowledge. You don't give them no talent. All that stuff's overrated. You give him knowledge. And you put him in a position where he can be successful. That's what any football player wants.
Mm-hmm. Coach, let's talk about, it's funny because you're not a coach. I'm sorry. I use the word sage because I think you recognize ESPN hired you many moons ago after your coaching stint and they continued in it. And here's when I knew you were more sage than coach, when they started doing this thing where they started talking about other issues in other sports. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
When did you realize you were more than a coach?
Well, see, this is where we get caught.
Mhm.
And I tell players this all the time. Your occupation does not define who you are.
That's what you do.
That's just the title.
Mhm.
He coach. No, I'm not a coach. This is what I do. That's not who I am.
That's right.
You carry yourself in life as the man you want to be. And you just have to have the title. Different titles you'll gather in life. But who are you as a man? That's the walk we all walk, right? I grew up in the 60s. I grew up in the civil rights movements. I grew up when America was at unrest in the 60s, a young kid, 14, 13 years old, watching all this, man. I was part of that stuff, man. And I got my sea legs early. And as you watch this thing happen, you watch it and you go, okay. We didn't have the platform to speak like the young players have today.
That's right.
If you spoke, you out. You out. Now, I was one of those guys, a little bit of a rebel.
No.
Oh, man, look.
No,
Muhammad Ali was my guy. Muhammad Ali was my guy now. He was my guy, man. And I'm like one of them rebels, man. And you know, you go to Cal Berkeley and you go, oh boy, you really become a rebel.
You're at home there. Yeah.
And then so I was one of those kind of guys. And here's where I found out, and this was actually how I became a coach and knew I was going to become a coach after I started playing. I asked the coach why. You couldn't ask the coach why in the 70s, man, because you were threatening authority. And we got into a personality clash. And all of a sudden it was like, well, he doesn't, no, look, I'm not threatening authority. I just want to know why. Why are we doing this? I was trying to get knowledge, right? You couldn't ask the white coach as a black young man why. You couldn't question why he was doing the drill. You know, we doing these barrel rolls where you fall on the ground, you roll. And I said, man, I play corner, man. How is this gonna help me? I said, what are we doing this drill for? It didn't make any sense, right? And we get into this deal. I ended up leaving, man. Cal, after my freshman year of playing there. And then I come back, they convinced me to come back after my junior year. They moved the coach and he went somewhere else. The coach in another position had another guy, played and was up for All-American my senior year. That coach leaves and goes to San Francisco. The other guy comes back, guess what? First day of spring ball, I'm in my car, I'm driving to San Diego State. I'm out again, man. So I get blackballed. I don't get, there's 12 rounds, man. I don't even get drafted. I said, are you kidding me? So I'm going to Philly as a free agent and start every game, never miss a practice.
Wow.
We put down that same path. Yeah.
And you know, but it was just, but at that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to give back to football what it's given me.
Awesome.
I'm going to be a coach. And that's when I went and started coaching. Coached at San Jose State for 3 years. And then moved up the pipeline. Just moved up the pipeline. And that's how it kind of worked for me. But that's the deal.
That's the deal.
I want to give, I'm indebted to football. Without hey man, look, for me, football was my way out.
Yep,
that's right.
Yep.
I had to be a good athlete growing up. Look, there was no video games when I grew up. Whatever sport was available, when football was over, you played basketball, you played baseball, you ran track, you did all that stuff. You just want to be an athlete, you know? Now these kids, they're on the monitor, man. They're doing this. They're working their fingers.
I'm glad you said that, Coach, because some people would say the kids are different, but to me, the coaches are different. We had no nonsense back in the day. It was no nonsense. It's going to be like this. It wasn't no, I'm not coming there unless I get this number. Well, you ain't coming. It wasn't no options. It wasn't none of that. And the coaches have changed, not just the kids. That's my interpretation of where we are in sports. We're allowing, the coaches are allowing more like they never did before.
Well, you know, and I think you make a point, Dion, and I will say this. How do you capture their attention? Their attention span is about 20 seconds. They multitask. The new generation of children, like I have 2 daughters, they multitask. They do a lot of things. They want information. And I always tell them, it's great to gather information, but you become an expert of nothing. Eventually, you got to figure out what's your life's work and say, I'm going to become an expert at something. but they gather information. That's how they think. So you as a coach now, and Dion, you know this, you used to stay in meetings back in the day. You could stay in a meeting for 45 minutes and that was it. Well, now, even in the NFL, you got to take a phone break. 15 minutes. Because they're like this. They don't have no, they got the ball. So you can look at it a couple ways. You can fight that, or you can adjust a little bit and go, okay, help me to help you. That's what I always tell them. Help me to help you. So the culture that you create, and I've always said this, the culture has to be where both sides can collaborate.
Mutual benefit.
Got to be a little bit of player friendly, and coaches don't cross this line.
That's right.
See, the culture is the personality of the coach. He sets the culture of the program.
What is the line, Coach, while you're in there?
Line is this.
Okay.
Here's the line. Don't disrespect your teammates or the game of football. See, I tell them this, look, when you come into college football, pro football, you know that name on the back of the jersey, it don't belong to you. It belongs to your family. And everything you do, you represent that name. On and off the field. You represent the little town that you grew up in. See, when you walk out there, the whole town is on your back. Yep. When Deion walked on the stadium, that whole town walked. It was Deion Sanders. But to everybody, grandma, the uncles, the aunts, the neighbors, that's Deion. He representing them people, man. And then you represent the university. Don't screw that up.
That's right.
Just don't screw it up. Just don't screw it up, man. We can have fun. We can do what we do. But don't embarrass the game of football because it's bigger than everybody.
That's right.
It's bigger than everybody, man. No matter, that man sitting next to you, Hall of Famer. I tell people all the time, best corner ever played. But the game is even bigger than Deion.
That's right.
It's bigger than all of us, man. And what are we going to do for the next generation that follow us to make it better, man? Just make it better. Don't get caught up in anything, and then you'll be fine. And I tell the guys that, I say, man, we're going to have fun. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. Here. My father was a master sergeant. Fought in the Korean War and World War II. You talk about some discipline and you got to do it a certain way. I grew up in that deal. But here's my deal. I've always told players this, hey man, I ain't no rule guy. I'm standards. There's standards you got to meet. I'm saying the same thing. Players want to know what's the standard.
That's right.
They need something to achieve. When you say rules, it's putting a limit on them. Well, you can't do this. You can't. Before you know it, players are looking around going, I can't do this. I can't do that. No, it's a standard. Mm-hmm. First standard, be on time.
That's right.
For everything. 3 things. Be on time. Words and actions. Compete. That's it. They look at me and say, that's it. Coach, no. That's it. Them 3, if you could do them 3 things, you'd be successful in life.
Break it down.
Be on time.
I got the time part. Words and action. Talk about words and action.
If you say it, you do it. If you say it, you do it. If you can't do it, don't say it. Do not say it. Just don't let it come out your mouth. All right? And compete. We live in a world, every day you wake up, I don't care what you do in life, you got to compete. When them cats walk in this building, man, in the classroom, in the weight room, drill, these cats is competing. We keep it score. I said, man, there's a score, baby. There's always a score. And you better compete. And the kids that walk in this building know, okay, I got to compete today. We're going to compete. Everything we do, we compete. We having fun. That's the environment. That's kind of the environment. And I tell them right away, I tell the seniors, I said, let me tell you something, man. Seniors and juniors, we're going to bring in some freshmen in here. You know what they're going to do? If you allow them to participate in practice and they're better than you, I'm playing the freshman. That make a senior go, oh, he ain't messing around. And you know what? It has happened. Some will say, the seniors say, you know, Herm like them freshmen now. You play them. Once they know your job, you just, I always tell players, you just renting the jersey, brother. You just rent. It don't belong to you.
You are renting that number.
That's exactly right.
if you had a number and you ain't playing, and this guy comes in and he better, he getting your number.
No doubt.
He's getting that number.
Players get that. They get that. But see, that's the culture you gotta set where it's fun, it's competitive. You know, they know, hey man, I gotta be on my P's and Q's now. Mm-hmm. Because if they truly want to go to the next level, and there's 2% only gonna go.
That's right.
That's the world they live in. See, in college it's funny. You could be a freshman and sit there and go, he's gonna graduate in 2 years. Pro football, they don't graduate. You gotta take that man's job. That man got a kid, he got a family. He said, man, you do come take my job. I never missed a practice. I never let the guy behind me ever get on the practice field. I said, partner, you're gonna be sitting a long time, brother. I never missed a practice, I never missed a start. I said, he ain't getting on the field. He ain't getting on the field. I ain't gonna allow it to happen. He ain't getting on the field, man. He gonna try to take my job to get on the field. I figured it out.
Coach, we appreciate you. Coach has got to actually get to practice.
Hey, I love you. I appreciate you.
We respect you and love you.
Every time I've called, he answers. And not just gives me what needs to be said, and he never gives me just what I want to hear. He gives me what it is. And
here's what I'm gonna do. I appreciate you. You know I love you. You give me your address where I can mail you some stuff. I'm gonna mail you all my stuff, all my booklets that I give to the coaches.
Got you.
You can just look through them and you do as you want.
I got you.
Okay, like stuff like this, man. Just.
Yep. See, I wish
stuff like this. Just all the stuff the last couple years. Because Dion, our job is we got to educate the coaches too.
That's right.
On how we want it. Here's the problem when you be a head coach. You can't be in all the meetings. Mm-hmm. They got to deliver your message. However they deliver it, it's got to be your message. How they say it, they might say it different than you, but they got to deliver your message because you got to coach the coaches because eventually you want these coaches to become coordinators and head coaches.
Head coaches, that's right.
That's how it works.
That's right.
So I'm going to send you all my stuff, man.
I got you, man.
And then you can look through it. You can see whatever you want to use. And if you don't want to use any of it, it's okay.
I appreciate you. You keep
all right, man. Love you guys.
Encouraged, and motivated. I love you, boss. And
what we do, baby.
If you got any 4 or 5 stars that you ain't using, just send them down. All right.
All right, baby. You gonna get them. I ain't worried about you. You gonna get them.
Barstool Sports, baby.
Welcome back, 21st and Prime. Coach, I don't know if I'm yelling or not, but I got my Bose speakers.
I like that.
My headset. I'll put your earbuds in. Let me see how you.
No, I love me some Bose.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I love Bose. They blessed me tremendously. I had an opportunity to go to the headquarters and speak to the whole group. I don't know what you call all employees, administrators, everywhere. And they truly blessed me. Bose is in my whole entire home.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, every
no.
sound.
Let me correct you.
Go ahead.
You're wrong. Bose is in his entire home, the palatial estate, homes plural. They're installing the Bose here in this Canton home.
Yes.
The other Canton home is full of it, and the 2 guest houses on the property have Bose everywhere you can possibly imagine. And I can send you the pictures and videos.
I'm old school though, but what we grew up on.
That's right.
What do we grow up on? Yeah. Like Bose was like the treat. No, but if you got Bose,
yeah, you was somebody.
Yeah.
But we want you to log on to Bose.com/Barstool. Take advantage. Obviously we know Patty Mahomes and all the players. If you look at throughout the NFL, you see prior to the game, after the game, in the press conference, Bose is it. They are just the one. And we start talking about the audio and what I love about.
I need the headsets for my coaches. Matter of fact, I'm putting it out there, Bose. I need the headsets for my coaches for sidelining the games.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
You give me extra 30 seconds on that. So extra 30 seconds. But we want to welcome Bose to the family, and more importantly, as I always say, this sound and the noise cancellation technology.
Well, I jog with those every day.
Yes.
I run or on elliptical every day. That's what I do. I love me some Bose, man.
Log on to Bose.com/Barstool. Check out all the great savings and opportunities.
We don't just endorse this stuff. We live this stuff.
We live it.
Honestly.
Barstool Sports, baby.
Welcome back, 21st and Prime. Coach,
right
time. Here.
About time.
Now, You see, there's no name on that.
It don't supposed to be. I know what it is.
You know what it is.
It don't have to be no name when you know what it is.
But let me tell you who it's from.
Mm-hmm.
This is McAlister's tea right here.
Who?
It's famous tea, Jamaica. Is that not right? It's the best, supposedly the best tea. You gonna tell me?
No, my mama makes the best.
Look here, man. Does she produce it for millions?
She could.
Does she?
She could.
Does she?
It just cause some folks got a chicken place that got a name on it don't mean that they chicken is better than my grandma chicken.
This is the best. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah, just to let you know.
This is the best produced for mass quantity, according to what they say. I don't drink tea.
I do.
Right here. And
I'm
by the
a
way,
tea
Dwayne,
connoisseur.
my man Dwayne, he hooked me up to make sure I got the right tea for the right man. So this right here, Coach, is your sweet tea. Now, we got a double or nothing bet on something. Now, I lost.
I'm doubling nothing. I'm not like that.
I lost the bet. This is for the Heisman Trophy. The young man Smith, or whatever his name was, I think it's Smith, DeMonte Smith, who won the Heisman. You don't have to shake that up.
No, you do. You got to shake that real tea. I want to get all the sugar and
Okay.
everything just flowing around.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead, finish
All
what
right,
you
all right,
said.
all right. Yeah. So that. But before we get to the word of the day, Coach,
They hit that thing. It's somebody.
How is it? Tell me how that works.
Somebody look like us made that. Somebody look like us. Somebody look like us made that.
Put that on the
Look like
side.
us made that.
Before we get to the word of the day, Coach, I got a question
Put it
for
near
you.
my refrigerator too.
Because people don't understand you have an anointing with people.
Anointing.
With people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still freaking out over the girl at the breakfast joint. We'll talk about that maybe next week or later on the show. What is the worst mistake a person could make in a relationship?
Saying I do.
Oh, I got a ball.
Okay. My bad.
You
You can't ask me no question. You ask me an honest question. I knew it. I knew it when I said it. Did you know, like honestly, because ain't nobody really admit this but us. There's a lot of y'all out there that's watching this right now that you know darn well when the pastor, the preacher, whoever did that darn thing was coming on home with it, do you take this? And you was thinking to yourself, this ain't gonna end right. This ain't gonna end right. How many people really knew right then and there? Did you know, dog?
No.
You didn't have no little
Either time.
yeah.
Either time.
So either time, both times you was all in. Like you felt
Always,
like
always.
I wasn't, dog.
Always.
Like I knew.
Well, life happens, so you always.
No. I knew.
Okay.
I'm just trying to do right. I was just trying to do right. But when you're trying to do right and right ain't in it, it's gonna go wrong. I was trying to do right.
Slow down. Hit that one more time.
When
I'm
you-
trying to get to the word of the day, but
When
it's
you're
getting
trying
good
to
now.
do right, but you know right ain't in it.
How do you
It's
know?
gonna go
Okay,
wrong.
okay.
In your spirit, in your heart.
Oh boy.
You know, like in your spirit, in your heart. So you reflecting now. I see you reflecting it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get people there.
Like, did you
I'm
really
trying to
think?
figure out
Okay,
how we're gonna
Like-
say, because the Bible says, and now you just killing the institution
No.
that the Bible. Like,
no,
you're
okay.
killing.
What
you're
I'm
killing
saying
that
is,
institution.
ladies and gentlemen,
That's what I'm trying to
of
figure out
all
how-
ages, I want y'all to be straight up. Like those of you that are married or were married, that person that you said I do too. If one of the worst things could happen to you, that could go left when things should have stayed right. I mean, an accident, injury, incident, whatever, bankruptcy, whatever. Would they still be that person, man? See, that's the way. Because see, we got a habit when those vials are being spat by the what you call it? Not just the pastor. There's several names for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever
We just waiting on our turn. We're waiting on our turn for when it's time for us to speak, because the natural thought process of humans is you wait for somebody else to stop so you can get your turn. It's not really listening. And we wasn't listening to all the things they said. For sickness, and health, and richer, for poor. When they hit that, I said, what did you just say?
Yeah.
To death, death do us part. Dog, that thing got real, man. And I knew, and a lot of y'all out there know, right now, that ain't it. But you trapped. And you in it for the kids. You in it for the security. You in it for the comfort. You're not in it for the love or the commitment, because that's been gone. Now you serving time. You're serving time. And God ain't intending life to be like that. I'm not telling you to go out there to get out, cheat or do none of that. But if you in some bull junk and you know you in some bull junk, why in the world, that's an appropriate call, speaking of bull junk, why in the world would you be in something that you ain't in? And you wasting time, man. And it's more of a damage to your kids to be in it unhappy than to be out happy. Because they want a full parent, man. They want a happy parent. They want a committed parent. They want a loving parent. They want a kind parent. They want a thoughtful parent. Just a parent that want to go get it, Not this. When you pull up in the garage, dang. Got to go inside.
You sit in the garage for 20 minutes.
Right. That's why people that's why people like to go on vacations. You trying to escape something. And I'm different. Off the subject, vacations. You know I am about vacations. I'm like, why in the world would I want to pay for something to escape the place I'm at? Shouldn't my home be the vacation and I should be paying to escape to something I shouldn't be paying to escape to something else and my home is called home? That don't make sense to me.
But the vacation should be for going to see something you hadn't seen.
If that's what the purpose for.
That should be the purpose.
Ain't paying for that.
Because the home is the home.
Home is
but the home should be similar
to a vacation.
Cut to it. Let me cut back
there
to the question. So I got to figure out how you get, because see, what I just heard you say, because here was the question.
Give me the question.
Here was the question.
Blowing me up.
What is the worst mistake that can be made in a relationship? And you said, I do. So are you advocating nobody ever get married again?
No,
that's what I'm trying to figure. That's what I'm trying to. That was the question.
That was personal.
No, I understand.
The worst mistake.
So you never say I do again?
No, definitely not.
Of course,
I don't fault the mess and the stress that I went through and put that on somebody else. I can't imprison myself for that bull junk I did.
Right.
Personally.
We all.
No. Oh, yes. True.
Yeah.
The worst mistake you can make in a relationship is defy trust.
Okay.
Because you can come back from a lot of things, but it's hard to come back from defying trust.
Well, you could have cut to Tracy said at the beginning, because that last 20 minutes you just went through.
Somebody need that. Somebody need that.
Somebody got that.
Somebody.
No, most people didn't need that.
Yes, they did.
No, most people got that.
Some people sitting up there and looking at him.
You
like,
just gutted the...
No, she sitting up there looking at him, and he looking at her like, no, he talking about us.
Real quick. Word of the day, because we want to get to this, because that's what this segment's supposed to be about. Lord, help me. Push me, separate me,
Lord, help me.
Protect me, guide me,
help me,
chasing me,
I need all
hold
that.
me,
yes.
Show me what I need to see.
Hold on. Say it again, and I need the organ with it after you say each thing.
Okay. Lord, help me. Push me. Separate me. Protect me. Guide me. Chastise me. Hold me. Show me what I need to see. And tell me the truth. You're done for this in truth. Let me just move on, because this was Lord, I trust you. Amen.
Yes.
And I know you have my best interest in mind through it all.
Yes.
So have your way with me, Lord, in Jesus' name.
Do as you may.
Amen.
I don't need to say nothing.
You don't. But I have noticed lately there's been a praying anointing on you that I haven't seen. That's going to do it for this edition of 21st and Prime. We want to thank Herm Edwards again for coming on. Love me some Herm.
Man, love me some Herm.
He's just an amazing,
that's Uncle Herm to me.
Amazing man. And he is much more than a coach. But
Yes,
that's
he
going to
is.
do it. Remember, swipe up at 21st and Prime. Also catch us on our YouTube channel.
Get the merch.
At 21st and Prime. And last but not least, get the merch. This is not the LTD, man, because I know it's wide.
Can I get
like
my
this.
sweet iced tea again?
This is Coach Prime
About
right
time.
here.
About
You
time
little
you
thirsty?
did that.
You little
Thank you.
thirsty? Joanne, appreciate you.
Ain't
lady.
thirsty
Look
in
at
that way.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty in this way.
Hand me that Barstool. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st. Prime time, shine time, always in the game, never ever on the sideline. You know what it is, and for what it's worth. You can catch me on the best corner 21st.